Fumble, I'm Britt Johnson. Former NFL wide receiver Steve Smith spent 16 years in the league, mostly for the Carolina Panthers. And although Smith never won a Super Bowl, he is a 5-time Pro Bowler and had his most dynamic season in 2005 when he was awarded the NFL's Comeback Player of the Year after severely breaking his leg in 2004. Smith also received the Triple Crown, leading the entire NFL in receiving yards, receiving touchdowns, and had 103 receptions on that season. Fast forward to 11 years later, this past season, where Smith, at the age of 37, was still a contender, recording 5 touchdowns and 799 yards. On January 2nd, 2017, the future Hall of Famer Steve Smith announced he will be hanging up his cleats. And just when you thought we wouldn't be blessed with Steve's amazing comments and snapbacks, exactly 1 month later, on February 2nd, 2017, Mr. Smith announced that he will be joining Rich Eisen and the rest of the squad on NFL Network. While we at the Fumble would love to congratulate Smith and tell him we can't wait for his commentary, others didn't have the same sentiment. CD Carter on Twitter posted a few tweets saying, "Looking forward to Steve Smith to spending his entire TV career grinding petty axes against perceived rivals, his specialty." And of course he got a little sarcastic, writing, "I need analysis from a dude who screams in a cornerback's face after catching a 7-yard pass on 3rd and 9. I really do." And lastly, let's not pretend that there's not a decent chance Smith will own me online by week's end. So he's talking about Smith here, and we all know Smith isn't going to sit around and be quiet, so he hits him with a comeback better than his 2005 season. Smith writes, "CD Carter, according to your website," oh, Steve does his research, I like that. "According to your website, I can own you all season long. I'll round up and pay you $10 a week to STFU. You guys know what that means. And he rounded up, like, wow, what a nice guy. So the guy actually does consulting for fantasy football players. Steve goes on to say, "Thank God when I signed my multi-year deal that didn't ask a fantasy league consultant who can give a competitive edge." And finally this, of course. "After this small purchase, I was informed I now own 51% of this weak-ass company, hostile takeover. Layoffs coming soon." Note to Mr. Carter, don't mess with the comeback king. So we heard what this guy had to say, but I want to hear from you. How do you think Steve Smith is going to do on NFL Network as an analyst? And be careful what you say because he might be reading these comments. Before you leave, make sure you click subscribe, and I will see you very soon.